everyone, and welcome to the Leadership Heart Podcast with Sandra J. Horton, the Growth Catalyst.
Hello, everyone. Wow, I'm so excited. It is Friday, the best day of the week for me. So whether you are coming live around the globe, thank you for being here. And I want to share something kind of fun because this is what the Leadership Heart Podcast, what we do here. I want to give you a little flavor of where I am. Here we go. Whistler, Whistler, gotta love Whistler. Yeah, love it. Love, love, love. Whistler, BC, the only place to be. There you go. That is where I am in Whistler, British Columbia in Canada. It is the most amazing ski destination. But importantly, it's where people come to refresh and rejuvenate and connect with the essence of who they are. And I felt this is the right time to invite my beautiful guests. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Noah Crane, thank you, Noah, for coming to join me. How are you today? I'm going to do a bit of an introduction, even though truly you are just so well known out there. You're doing amazing things. Noah is the founder of the 3G Jewelry. Beyond that, she is a global sensation. She is an amazing writer, and I just absolutely appreciate the book that you have brought together. And it is from your heart that you have brought so many people forward. You always believe in staying positive and having that right mindset, Noah. I was so blessed to meet you on Clubhouse, and I have such a grateful heart. I know you have a beautiful, grateful heart. And so let's dive in. We're going to talk about and say hi to everyone about the 3 L's of conscious leadership, because again, we share this beautiful passion about consciousness, Noah. So why don't we dive in and do a little bit of an introduction around, yourself and about how you have come to learn about yourself. That's the first of the 3 L's, is learning about yourself. So Noah, tell us a little bit about what have you learned about your life that truly has been exceptional? What has been the most valuable learning in all of your beautiful time?
Thank you, Sandra. And I'm so grateful to be here with you. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Of course. That's a huge question because, as we all know, we're here on a journey. Yes. And part of the journey is our growth. We're here to grow and transform and become the best version of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And for me, transformation has been a big process because of lack of connection to myself growing up. I came from a background where I was abused by my stepfather, both mentally and emotionally. And because of that, I grew up feeling very unworthy. I felt like I didn't have a voice. I didn't know how to use my voice. And I stayed very hidden from the world. I took small jobs and I just kept myself small and hidden, and because I felt so insignificant in the world. I felt like I didn't matter, like my voice didn't matter. And so I had to take the journey of coming to myself, and it's never ends, right? Peeling those layers. Yes. And what I love the most is that I'm not there yet, right? Like, it's as long as we're alive.
It's a journey, isn't it? Hey, Noah, it is, because we're alive and we're growing and we're learning. And the greatest thing for me, though, is it's that frequency. It's how we show up. Mm-hmm. It's that openness to really connect. So in that knowingness and how you've learned to get to know yourself, what were those moments? Like, I mean, we share a common background as well, in terms of overcoming that. What was that moment of awakening to go within? That's what I'm always interested in, that real heart. How did you awaken to that? How did you open up?
Well, for me, it's always been being a good listener. I've lived my life being an exceptional listener, and because of that, I've been able to get to where I am today. And I'm very open. I'm an open person. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to become more. So I see myself as like the best student of life, the best student of God. And I know that God's working with me. I'm not alone. And when you're open to that and you're open to the guidance of the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, you can't lose because he's always guiding you in the right direction. And I'm always being guided, and I always follow and listen, and the right people come into my lives and the wrong people fall away from my life. But I'm always there, ready to recreate myself and find the right path.
And that's really interesting that you speak about that, because I would like to share that, it's interesting, isn't it? It's that receptivity to listen, to release, and to trust. And I found that, through my own personal journey, that trust sometimes wasn't always that easy. Do you have any suggestions for people in terms of, our listeners, whether it's live now or later, to learn to trust? That's a big kind of a hurdle for some people.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, right? To have faith and trust in yourself and your journey. Because when you have a connection to higher power, when you believe in God, you realize that you are supported in your journey because you've made it this far, right? You couldn't make it this far without the support. We've all have been through situations where we didn't even know if we'd come out alive the other side, right? But we're still here. And so I just know that we are, when we choose to when we choose to think that we are supported and loved on this journey, and even if you lay on a mat, a yoga mat, right, and you just feel the support of the earth right below you, and you just realize like you are always,
I just want to go like this.
you're always supported, and it's all about having faith and trust in yourself, faith and trust in your journey, and realizing that the grass is greenest where you are, right? My book is about the grass is greenest where you are. So nurturing your own life, nurturing your own gifts, surrounding yourself with beautiful people who love you and believe in you and want the best for you, because you get to create it, you guys. You get to create a life you love. And I've created that amazing life for myself, but that's because I learned how to make those choices. Nothing's more important than the choices we make and the things that we eliminate out of our life. So it's your journey. You get to create that beautiful life, but it's all about learning to make really positive choices that support you on where you're going.
That is so key, the word choices. Because for some people, and this is what I have found, is that some people feel like they don't have a choice, but we have a choice right here and now, how we want to show up, the choice of being open, the opportunity. And I'm just wondering if we can show that again, because you made a choice to bring your gift through book, through your shared stories. The grass is the greenest where I am. That's really powerful. No comparison.
No comparison, no competition, and no scarcity, living in your own love and light and sharing your unique gifts with the world. And Sandra, it took me a long time to get to that place, right? And that's part of the journey, because I always thought the grass was greenest somewhere else. I always thought if I move somewhere else, if I go somewhere else, it's going to be better. And then I realized that everywhere that I go, there I was, right? Everywhere that you go, there you are. And then when you realize that only when you change yourself, only when you're able to see things differently and think differently, does your life start shifting and changing. It's that inner work that you have to do to create that outer world. And when we realize that, we realize we have the power to change anything, because we just have to make a decision.
And I think, you spoke a little bit earlier about scarcity, and how I have found, I love for you to share with the viewers. And thank you for coming and joining live today, living on the Leadership Heart podcast. I appreciate you. I have this beautiful thing because, scarcity, this is where I'm a golfer. So I feel like I just bat that ball super hard to get rid of scarcity, because the words we use, many people are not conscious of how words impact us. So when you use, do you have any advice? Do you have any suggestions on, because you have such great knowledge as a conscious leader, and something that I hold near and dear as a conscious leadership coach as well. How have you been able to help people become aware and allow them to release words that don't serve them? Like, what words work for you? How have you been able to use words for power to get rid of scarcity and shift yourself forward?
I have a chapter in my book, and it says your words create your world and your world is created by your words. And I've lived my life like that for a long time. I really believe what we say has so much power to it. And there's so much science behind it today that we know that there is. I mean, imagine somebody who always says, I don't have enough money for my bills, right? Those people are always saying that because they never have enough money, because it's their mindset. They see already the scarcity. And I want you to realize, even no matter where you are in life, even if right now you're not where you want to be, even if you don't have money flowing at you all the time, you have to start believe it. You have to start seeing it. You have to realize, there's no scarcity of air. There's no scarcity of plants. There's no scarcity of breath. Like, it's just energy. Everything is there. And so really no scarcity of food, besides the fact that people hug the food and certain people keep certain things. So when you realize the scarcity is the scarcity you create in your own mind, and when it's all about what you believe, and when you believe differently, and you will manifest differently. But as long as you see scarcity, right, you're gonna bring that into your life. So you have to learn to visualize something different, speak into something different, believe something different, even when you don't see it, because you get to live into it. I just want to share something really quickly.
Yeah, please.
Just to show you how that works, right? When I was a child and I was at the hands of my stepfather, and I was sad, I was a sad child, and I didn't have anywhere to go. But one night I made a decision, which was the most important decision in my life. I said, I am going to have an amazing adulthood. And I put that as a possibility, click into my future. And I really believe that what I put into my future, actually, I created it. So it's not about seeing it right now, but when you believe something and you stick it into your future as a possibility, you can live into anything, but you have to first see it within yourself.
That is so powerful. Thank you, Noah. And I would love this just for everyone to take that moment. Say, what would that look like for you? What is your future? What is your possibilities? Anything is possible.
Yes.
And I know for me, it was just shifting a few words so that I understood, as one of my beautiful mentors always says to me as well, that, sufficiency is the antidote, right, to scarcity. Sufficiency, that we have enough resources. We have within ourselves this infinite possibility. So in your awakening, Noah, the second L, first we're learning, we're growing, now we're living it. What practices do you do every day to live that? You've shared with us how you are like you are seeing it and you're bringing it in, but how do you live it? Like, what do you do every day to really know you're there?
The most important thing, again, it's the inner work that I do, right? And so I created this jewelry. It's called the 3G effect.
Oh, yes.
And the reason I created it is because God channeled it through me. So that's the really cool thing, because I believe we all, when we're open, when we're good listeners, God does give us those gifts that are already inside of us. But the 3G effect are three very important things that I do that the jewelry reminds you to do. Number one is to have a grateful heart, right? Because when we're grateful in our heart, we get to move forward in our lives. Gratitude has a beautiful energy of moving forward. Think about it. Gratitude, right? It's got energy of forward. When you're fighting, you're resisting, you're bumping walls, you're not in a place of gratitude. So gratitude is a place of abundance. So first and foremost, focus on your presence, your gratitude, because we have so many presents and things to be grateful for. And so gratitude is the first thing I do. The second thing I do is that I learned to find love and compassion for myself. So when I was able to ground myself, so learning to ground in love and compassion for yourself, then you're able to share that love and compassion with other people. And so I say the world is round and energy moves in a round circle. What I do on a daily basis is I put hearts out there. I throw lots of hearts to everybody, because I know any love that I put out will come back to me. Right. And
so love that.
I really believe, keep putting
like this heart.
Yeah. And that's why my life is so amazing and so full of love, is because I do these simple things. And the third thing that I do is I grow and transform, right? Growing and transforming yourself every day to become the best version of you, like a caterpillar, right? going through the process of becoming that beautiful butterfly, right? You're here also to shed and to grow and to become. But the main thing is to be present and to be happy where you are, because don't think about the future. I mean, make plans of where you want to be, but practice those. Practice the gratitude. Practice being grounded in love and compassion. Practice growing and transforming yourself. Those are the things that are that inside work that will give you that outside life that you truly desire.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful. I keep going like this because, it's bringing in all our beautiful energy so that we can be so powerful and then spread love to give to people, generously without expectation. And I think that's an interesting, what I feel from you and what I've witnessed, is being in service to others, like as someone who is a conscious leader. How have you brought that into your leadership? Not only have you brought forward this beautiful jewelry, which was divinely offered to you, how else do you bring that for people who are, aspiring leaders, or for those who are out there, maybe, they may be younger and they're just like, wow, I want to be like Noah. I want to be able to take this and lead. Do you have any suggestions for those who may be listening now or later about bringing your leadership forward?
Again, it goes back to listening. In 2017, I hired a coach, and the coach said to me, Noah, let's start a group here in Boca Raton, Florida. That's where I live. Let's bring people together. I used to do these groups in Sarasota. Let's just start these groups here. And me being a good listener, my coach is telling me to do something. I said, yes, sure. And so we started these little groups in Boca Raton. We started inviting people on a monthly basis to just come together for lunch. And we had no idea what we were doing. And we would just go around the table. Everybody would speak. Yeah. And after a little while, my coach was like, well, this is not really working out for me. People are not RSVPing on time. They're not doing what they're supposed to. And so I don't want to be paying for people's lunches that are not showing up. So I'm out. But for me, I was an introvert, and all of a sudden I had all these people around me and started building community, and I didn't want to give up on that. So I still do my events. Since 2017, I bring people together. It used to be on a monthly basis. This year it's on a quarterly basis, but I do these big events in a beautiful ballroom with inspirational and educational speakers to raise consciousness in the world. So it's amazing. I would have never done it on my own, but because somebody told me to do something and I was a good listener. Again, being the listening of the universe of God, he's always leading you, and you will do things that you never thought were possible. But just be true to you. Don't be like anybody else. You really are unique. You really are beautiful. You don't need to be like anybody else. Get inspired by other people, but create your own beauty, your own life, because you're unique. You're incredible. And so
that
you have inside of you are just really special. And the world needs that.
I love that. I love that. And I just feel that positive energy because you're in action. You are listening for what needs to be heard, but then you're taking action in order to live your life. I love, as a conscious leader, that I see in yourself and others, it's taking that and moving your life forward, being that role model. That's where I see you really shining so brightly, Noah. The people watch and they listen. And so I love how you always say you're a great listener. So I would champion everyone to follow these beautiful gifts, these beautiful ways of being that Noah has offered for you to grow and become, to transform, like what Noah has been doing in her life. So I have a bit of an interesting thing. Is there one thing that you would love to share that perhaps we haven't already talked about? There was that aha moment in your life. When you look back across your whole spectrum of your life, maybe perhaps it was connecting with the mentor or that coach, or maybe something your mom or dad said that, just really anchored so beautifully in your soul, the essence of you that you want to share with someone that, really made a profound difference in who you are.
So this is what I would say, and this has been the most profound difference in my life, is my husband. My husband is the most amazing person in the world, right? And I got to choose him. I took my power back and I made a choice of how to choose my soulmate. And I cannot overemphasize how important it is to be around somebody that lifts your heart and soul and spirit, right? You got to have a soft place to fall in this world, right? This world can be crazy. There's a lot of crazy people. Just choose to marry somebody who lifts you up, somebody who adores you, because there's nothing more important than that. When you have those people around you, when you have that energy around you of people that believe in you and love you, no matter what, no matter where you are, you can't lose. You're the luckiest person in the world. So I always tell my husband, because of you, I get to be me.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I love that. I got goosebumps. I got truth bumps. And that's so powerful, isn't it?
My husband, he really is an angel. He's an angel.
It's safe. It's like it's openness. They buoy you up. They hold you up. They create the space.
Yes.
And that's what I love about what you do. It's the presence. It's the feeling. It's the generosity and the genuineness, Noah, that you give to people. So this has been very powerful. We've learned already about your true life and how you've learned through your lessons, through your earlier experiences in life. You don't let your past define you. You're in your presence and you make choice. So when you're in your presence, and I know oh my gosh, can't believe we're almost to the top of the hour already. Presence, for what I heard you say, is about having gratitude. You know, gratitude first thing in the morning, becoming balanced is what I heard, is bringing in that energy. How do you surrender? Do you have any, advice or offers about how you've been able to surrender and we've talked about trust, but surrendering is something different, because I think that rides right along with that genuineness of the heart to surrender.
I mean, there's just so much power in surrender, right? When we're not trying to make things happen. I actually have a chapter in my book that's called The Gift of Rejection, right? It's all about taking the things in life and turning them around to a place that empowers you instead of a place that hurts you, right? And part of surrender is also loving yourself, forgiving yourself, having faith and trust, what we started to talk about in the beginning, right? Yes. When you have faith and trust, you learn to let go, release attachment to things and let it flow, because we all want to move forward in our lives. And the more you're connected to gratitude, you're more connected to the flow of life and moving forward in your life. So it's all about, eliminating the things that don't serve you in order to connect more to your flow and to be able to move forward more easily. So it's the constant work on yourself.
I love that. I love that. And, as we wrap up, I thank those who came and went and those who are going to watch this after. Please listen to the replay, because there's so many golden nuggets, so much beautiful wisdom and love that if you just take it in, make the choice today to bring it in. And I would love to ask this in kind of our final closing remarks. How can people come and meet you, connect with you, learn about your beautiful jewelry, about your beautiful book? And we're hoping we can pop that back up again. How can people connect with you, Noah? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that question. Well, my jewelry just launched on April 7th. And so it's going to be online soon, but I'm doing getting all the little kinks out. When you have a new thing, you get
exactly. There's always kinks
out. So it's all perfect, right? But
I love it.
Look me up and connect with me on my website, noahcrane.com. I'm on Instagram, noahcrane_. I am on Facebook, Noah Crane, and LinkedIn, all those places. So just look me up, and I'd love to connect with you. If you want to email me, you can email me at info@noahcrane.com. And any way I can support you on your journey, because, we're all here to do great things. We're here to leave this world a better place. And you were born for a reason, to leave an impact on the world. So find people that have done it before and are successful, and they can help you get to where you're going. We all need each other. Together, we're WON.
We all are connected. And it's that connection that we can do something with humanity. And that's why I love this opportunity. And I thank you from my heart to your heart, Noah, for coming.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Noah. Make a wish. Yay. it be a beautiful, wonderful year ahead, and just the beginning of many fun, happy, healthy, exciting.
Thank you so much, lady, for everything.
Much love.
Namaste.
So many beautiful souls that love you, Noah. Thank you for your beautiful wisdom today and for showing up and making a difference in this world. So everybody, please go out. I know I'm going to purchase a ring. I'm going to get a necklace because I want that 3G effect, because it all starts with our beautiful connections. So thank you again. This is the Leadership Heart Podcast with Sandra J. Horton. We'll be back here next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Come in and connect from our hearts to your hearts. Let's make a difference. Thank you for this beautiful time that we shared today. Take care.
Namaste.
Namaste.